Welcome to the Hollow Points Podcast. We are glad you decided to tune into another episode where we provide an aggressively therapeutic outlet on topics that many think about but are afraid to speak on. We actually made it to season 4. This should be our best work yet, since we are finally off probation.
Welcome back. Another tree that was in the orchard was the tree of cleanliness. I know some people hadn't eaten from this tree enough, and maybe some people eat too much. So I know in some cultures they use indications to take a shower. Example, to take a shower. If they're musty, then they take a shower. Should we use an indication or should we use a time period to take a shower?
Let me jump in. Let me jump in with this. So I'm gonna jump in from a dude perspective on dudes.
Okay.
For dudes, I feel like because the whole lumberjack manly man imagery says that you, once again, we talked about this in one episode, the sweat of your brow, shout out Tony, is the concept in which you showing yourself with calluses and you got boots on and you're a little sweaty and disheveled. So that pheromone that you're releasing, that manly musk, instead of must, is musk with the K, right? So some people like that oud smell for dudes. They don't want it to be a situation where they come off as non-rugged. But I don't think that should be the limit, because sometimes you get nose blind and you can't smell yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's not just with dudes, that's with chicks as well. Or if you like that, or if you get to the point where that's your jam, it's hard. Some people have bad pores and bad glands and all this other stuff. And so I think you need to depend on the kindness of strangers and loved ones to let you know when it's gone too far. But I think the way to avoid that is have a cadence where you go ahead and hit the hot spots or whatever the case may be on a consistent periodic basis from day to day. I know people that take baths in the morning and showers at night. I am not that person. But it's some people that need that because of their glands and their diet. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm saying all that to say it's a case by case basis. It might not be as prescriptive for some people to do it, just like we as Black folks don't wash our hair all the time, but as white folks do that. Please shampoo and dig in with your nails. So that's my point on it.
We'll come back to why you said that. Is it okay to get in the bed at night?
Absolutely not. I'm not even gonna let you finish. Well, let me say this. Let me say this. I know Chris just said you hit the hot spots. All the spots are hot.
Block is hot. The block is hot.
All of the spots are hot. There should be, for me, there should never be a 24-hour. Like, why not? Why should someone have to tell you to bathe? You shouldn't have to smell yourself to bathe. Like, you should want to. That's like a decompression for me. It's just like I look so forward to that every single day. I don't understand why you have to wait till if you smell you, somebody else has smelled you too. So why you waiting? Because like I said, all the spots, I mean, we, especially here, we live in Texas. It's hot. All the spots are hot. All of them. Everyone you can think of is hot. And you should clean it on a daily basis, especially if you leave the house. If you stay in the house, you can go weeks, you can go months.
Really?
If that's what you over there. Yes.
Okay.
But can you
over there. If they're okay,
they probably nasty too.
If they're okay with it, that's fine. But I don't see why you shouldn't want to. I don't know why someone would have to tell you to do that. Like, growing up, the one thing that was instilled in us was you should be clean. Like, why would you not want to be?
Okay. You should be clean, and it could be disrespectful to your spouse if you don't do it within a 24-hour period.
No, it is.
What's going on in that 24 hours that you missed it? Like, why didn't you get around to
it? Could be.
Like, I don't understand that. What does that mean? Like, you don't shower every day. Yeah, what happened?
Oh, no.
Did your water get cut?
Now finishing a love poem to you. I don't know.
I want you to take a shower.
That's your love language, cleanly.
Like my husband, he walks a lot. he walks a lot. My husband walks a lot. And he'll come home and I'll be in the, if I didn't go, or if, I've been in the house and I've been in the shower and I'm in the bed. Like if I am in my bed, if I don't even sit on my bed if I haven't showered. For what? So if I'm in the bed with the covers on me, I have been in the shower. And then he'll come in here talking and lean across the bed. I'll be like, don't do that.
So Clarice, let's just say, okay, he takes the shower, 2 showers per 24-hour period. He good, right? Is it okay if he used that same towel for 3 days?
Oh, we bet about that. So, me personally, I was not brought up to use a fresh towel every day. That's just not how we were brought up. Now have an aunt. She's from Mississippi. She still lives there. She uses a fresh towel every day. I just know that from staying with her at some point in time. And so I think it's just based off of your upbringing as
So
to if grandmother raised you or if young mama raised you. So it depends.
so you're okay with using that towel 3 days?
I'm not offended because he's wiping off his clean body. I mean, I'm not offended.
Okay. So
get
but
that logic.
I'm telling you what I saw on the internet, the interweb.
So now,
This young lady did not want to talk to a guy because he used 1 clean cloth in the shower. She said you're supposed to use 2. Has anybody else heard this? She said
Okay, I
one
got.
well, are we
Go
using a
ahead.
washcloth or are we
Yeah.
using a loofah? Like, what are we doing?
a washcloth. Start with a washcloth.
And then you're rubbing that washcloth on the bar
The
soap.
hot spots. The hot spots.
The
Yeah.
hot spots, yeah.
Yeah. Is it a clean, fresh towel every day in the shower or is it the same towel
Well, you
every
don't
day?
mind. You don't mind. So it could be the one from yesterday.
No, I think what she was saying. No, I think what she was saying was the dry towel because
The
you're
dry
already
one.
clean.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Air
referring to.
dries. Yeah, she was saying the air dries. But let
Yeah,
me
I'm not
give
talking.
you a real life example because I live this. And like she said, a lot of it is history and heritage. I grew up in a situation and I thought it was cool where we didn't use hand towels. Okay. That I don't know who does that. But it would be a situation where my mom would always set 2 washcloths and a towel out. So when I became a grown man, I always set 2 washcloths and a towel out, right? So one was for your face, one was for your body, and then you dry off with the bath towel. I started having my wife now, but my girlfriend at the time come over, and I would set 2 fluffy washcloths and a towel out. And ironically, one washcloth would always be untainted. And I was thinking, what the fuck is going on? Why is she not? What is she doing? Like she's washing. Like I don't understand.
She's
Tell-
washing her face first.
She told me, absolute. She told me she used that towel to hit the face first, and then she don't care if her face stuff is washing her back and arms and legs. And that made sense. Once again, it's just about perspective. But I was thinking she was just something was going wrong, and she was letting everything touch everything else like food on a plate, and it was bothering me. But she educated me in the inefficiency. Like I had years of laundry inefficiency that
didn't
she
understand
put me
I
priority.
on.
see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, I don't use a towel on my face. I use my hands, and there's a reason to that. If you have, and that's the first thing you hit, because if you have sensitive skin and you're acne prone, that's one thing you're taught not to do.
Okay. Okay. See,
So
we educating the people.
that's just always been, that's how I was taught to, how clean and clear used to be a thing. And I was just taught to use my hands. You wash your hands first, you do it over the sink, and then you hop into your prospective shower or your tub, and then you take care of the rest. So
Never heard that. You using a lot of water. I don't know. I would be too much counting on the water bill with you.
You conserve.
She doing a pre-wash, bro. She's like, I'm in the room. I hear water running, and then I hear water go off, and then I hear water running again. Like, what are we doing in there?
It's a lot of people who have a routine that takes a long time.
Man, listen, I'm gonna say this, and if anybody is guilty of this, they can speak up. I know what I'm doing because I've been doing it for 40 something years on my own. So when I get in there, I know, left arm, right arm, chest, back. You know what I'm saying? I have a routine. The soap is on the washcloth. I'm lathering it up. I get it going. boom, and then I rinse it off, and then I get out. And I'll come out and she'd be like, "You done already?" Yeah. I mean, what do you mean you done already? I didn't realize it until I actually was having a conversation. She was, "Come in here. I'm talk to me while I take a shower." So we talking. She taking a shower. She lather up, all this other stuff. Boom. She start rinsing off. And I, in my mind, it's kind of like, when you see a traffic light change, you assume the person's going. So you kind of come off the brake a little bit. I'm starting to leave. And then when I look back, she's doing it again. What did you do today?
Doing the double cleanse.
What did you do today that first pass was inefficient? Can that be explained on this call?
I got an answer today as well.
Okay.
So this is just what I learned later on. What I was taught was to use a washcloth for the delicate areas, right?
Okay.
Later on, you're supposed to only use your hand for that. And there's a reason for that. That's supposed to be the first thing you hit, and it's supposed to be by your hand only. And the reason you're supposed to do it like that is to prevent bacteria from passing the area. So you're thoroughly cleaning that area first. And then you move to, it could be anywhere. They have hypoallergenic things these days. It could be a loofah. It could be silicone based scrub, sponge, whatever you want to call it. And then you put your prospective body wash on that, and then you hit up to bottom. So the double cleansing,
This
the
is some
double
serious.
cleansing comes in because I used to work in a warehouse. When I was in college, I worked at UPS. And so with that being said, I developed what are they called? John, what are those things called? Boils. There we go. I had like 5 at one time. And
Okay.
so what I was told by a doctor, we all have staph on our skin,
Okay.
and we have it in our system. And so when it's activated or it's overactivated, you develop boils. And so I was told to start bathing with antibacterial soap in conjunction with you following up with, it could be your Smell Good, it could be your Bath and Body Works, or whatever your favorite soap is. And so that's where the double cleansing comes in. But I mix the two. I'm lazy. So I mix the antibacterial with the Smell Good, and I keep it moving. But yeah, it's a double clean.
So, is it ever okay to take a shower and not brush your teeth? Or is that a hot area?
Here's the situation. I don't think there are some people that don't brush their teeth twice a day, like how the dentist recommend morning and night. But if you are getting ready in the morning and you're getting, like, if you just woke up and you're in the bathroom and you're washing, if you don't brush your face, it makes no sense. If you don't brush your teeth, I'm sorry, it makes no sense to me to wash your face. Why? Why would you do one without the other?
Because you
But
right
you
there
did,
at the face, or what are we talking about?
yeah, you did that night. You washed your face.
And then you went to sleep,
How did your
right?
face get dirty in your sleep? Where are you
Well,
sleeping?
sometimes not even because sometimes people eyes are real watery and then they cake up and, like, why are we not brushing our teeth?
Oh,
I
come
need
on.
somebody to explain, like, why are we not doing that? Why is that not a thing? Why is that
I think
not a
it's a
necessity?
thing.
Yeah,
I think it's a thing, and I think it's a necessity. I'm not sure how you tied it into faces.
Why?
Like that
Why?
mirror
Like,
stop. Like it's the
because
mirror
you
stop
know
that's
how
doing it for you.
bad breath smells? Like, after you've been asleep, do you realize how bad like, why would you not brush your teeth?
so are you saying why put on makeup and you haven't brushed your teeth?
Why? Yeah, for me, why? What are you trying to be pretty for and your breath smells
You
horrible?
just keep saying why. You say why? Somebody tell me. Somebody
Somebody
tell me
tell
why.
me, yes. Yeah, like those things all to me, like if you're trying to present the best you, because I know people talking about, how you guys were talking about the makeup. I'm like, present the best you. And if the best you is makeup, present the best you. But why would the best you be makeup but not dental care?
Um,
You don't talk about it.
So let
Huh?
me ask this though. Let me ask this. Because I'm gonna go back to it, and I'm gonna use me as the example. I'm gonna be vulnerable here. 20-year-old me would not be as concerned about the dental hygiene as much as the fresh breathness. So I was a certs guy, right? So I pop a certs, You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't always at home in the mornings, but I made sure I kept certs on me, as opposed to walk around. Some people walk around with floss. I don't know if y'all know that or not.
You could
Like
have
some
walked
people,
around. You could have kept a toothbrush on you.
no, well, that wasn't part of the pimping. It was the certs.
Certs is not a toothpaste, though.
I understand what you're saying, and you understand
Okay.
what I'm saying. I wasn't using a peach tree stick or nothing like that. I would get up and be like, okay, cool, let me get out, pop this certs, because I did understand you can't be up in people's face with your breath smelling like train smoking epidural, but you also want to be in a situation where you want to be nimble and, move easy. And so, yeah, I was cert. They don't even make certs no more. I hate that too. I wrote somebody about it. They never wrote me back. But
It
but
was
yeah,
closed.
but the concept of some people are obsessive compulsive with the teeth brushing type situation. I do understand what she's saying. Where if you come out the dry mouth, you've been breathing it in all night, and you got to do something. Now, if that's gargle with Listerine or whatever, something has to happen in your mouth before you just start getting up in people's face. Putting the dragon on them.
I think with teeth, now you said, what you say, over teeth or whatever you said, but people think that brushing for a minute or two is enough. It still be meat in between the teeth. So I have a routine with the teeth. So it's the floss, then it's the tongue brush. Maybe food don't fit on your tongue.
So wait a second. So let me ask you this: just like we talked about with this washcloth, is
My
it the
goodness.
same? Is it the same toothbrush, or do you have a tongue brush? And because they got tongue scrapers and all this other
Yes,
shit,
that's
like
what
they
it
got
is.
water
I have,
picks
it's a tongue scraper. Yes. But before that, I used the toothbrush. You can use a toothbrush. And then you brush the teeth. Then you go with the mouthwash. You can't, to me, properly clean your teeth in 2 minutes, as the commercials say.
And I disagree because I believe in the 2 minutes, because I don't know how many girls have approached you, but I believe and I hope that in my life and times, as many have approached me without all of that. So I don't know why you're doing that. I think you may be overdoing it in the dental hygiene area. If you flossing, tongue scraping, mouth washing, water picking, and do you know how long you're spending in the morning? You not leaving her place until 15 minutes later than you have to.
Why
And
gotta
you
get out?
carrying all that shit around. you
Who
carrying all that
already wait?
contraband with you over there.
They do have disposable tongue scrapers.
Man, stop it. Listen,
You
you're not
can use
helping.
the
You think you're
toothbrush.
helping, but you're not. In a pinch, you can use the toothbrush or have one with a scraper on the back. Or no, your tongue. What is? Okay, cool. Look, I've never
Have you ever
gotten a
scratched your
demerit
tongue?
at. I've
Have
never
you ever
gotten a
scratched your
demerit at
tongue
the
and looked
dentist.
at it?
I have it.
Okay.
But the dentist ain't never tasked me and be like, you know what, Mr. Everything was cool, but have you been taking care of your tongue like we be telling you? That's never happened. That's never happened. I've never had the tongue talk at my dentist, and I got insurance.
Mm-mm.
They want to keep you. They're trying to be kind.
Letta, have you ever had a tongue talk at your dentist?
That don't sound right.
I have not, but I mean, but I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I brush my tongue as well. So, but I think it's with that. But here's the situation in our age group that wasn't a thing when we were a kid. I was never told that as a kid. But as you grow and you learn different things and you see different things, but a dentist has never ever. And I've gone to dentists in multiple states and multiple dentists, and I have never had one to say, and make sure you brush your tongue. Never. Or talk to me about tongue hygiene or give me any paperwork on tongue hygiene. Never, not one time. Now, I'm okay
Before
if
we go
people
too
want
far,
to do that.
go ahead.
Absolutely fine. But I have never had somebody with some initials after their name say anything about it.
Junior
That
didn't
would
say
allude that somebody with no initials said something. But anyway, I digress. Are you also brushing cheek, like inside soft cheek? Like how's that? Because this is a whole nother world for me now. Are you like hitting the whole mouth like a car wash?
No.
Not
I think that's
not
what
you.
the
I'm
gargle.
not talking to you. I'm
That's
talking about these crazy people that's got all these instruments.
That's the mouthwash.
Yeah, there you go. That's
You,
the
but
whole.
it's
That covers the whole mouth
this is
after the
back to my
brush.
certs. This is back to
including
my
the
certs
tongue.
conversation. That's what I'm saying. Why can't I just pop a little travel Listerine and hit the certs and be good?
Because
Good
that's
luck.
bacteria and spit that you
Oh damn!
think that's
Yeah.
cleaning your mouth.
I
Shame
think
me,
you were
cuz.
using the
Don't shame
search
me.
to disguise. Yeah,
Have
like
you
I
ever
don't
had?
believe Guys, I want you to take care of. Don't disguise the funk in the
Listen,
yeah. That's what the search do. It like covers up. No, it's
no,
okay to
it's a tart. It's a tart search.
take it to
Damn.
brush your teeth.
Damn.
Yeah, that's why they stopped making them.
That is not. 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 Don't get sued by search.
They can't sue me. They ain't even in business. They're gonna sue me for lost wages. You ain't making nothing. Okay, so let's go to the guests in the house. So you have a guest come over to stay a week, and who we start with? We can start with two Clarice. A guest comes to stay a week. How many towels are you supplying them
They only getting that one good old towel.
for
And
the whole week?
if they want to wash it, or if they request another towel, that's fine.
Okay,
It's actually located. The towels are in the guest room, bathroom.
okay, but they have access to whatever they want.
Hmm.
What you think, Letta?
In my guest bedroom, I would say we probably have 7 sets of towels. If they use all of them, I'm okay with it.
Okay, so y'all just have free.
And encourage it.
Yeah,
So
that's
the way it works, is we have a net bag that hangs on the back of the guest bathroom door, and the guests are told upon arrival with the welcome kit that your towels will be laundered every 2 days. So put the used towels. We're trying to encourage this. Put the used towels, and we encourage you to use them all. It's okay. Put them in that net bag, and then they will be picked up, and new ones will be there for you, or new ones will be supplied to you every 2 days if you're there for a week. And therefore, we can keep the cycle going. Now, to be candid and honest, we have had younger guests that have come and not taken advantage of the spotlight treatment. And we just got to make sure we clean up when they leave. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of coalition between between your hot spots and these sheets we got to burn.
Sometimes you gotta let it burn.
I'm going to give you 4 hygiene hacks that you should be teaching your sons. Number 1 is probably the most important one. How to properly aim and wipe. Don't just get here and hope for the best. Take a half a second and actually aim. Any drops that land on the seat, the rim, on the floor, you wipe it down. Being tired, drunk, or rushing, that does not give you a pass. Cleanliness is a part of self-respect. If I'm at somebody else's crib, especially a young lady, I don't mind taking a seat to handle my business. This way, I'm not having pee sprinkled all over her bathroom. Always remember to put the seat down, fellas. Whether you know it or not, a few drops always remain after you finish handling your business. What happens is that those drops, they end up in your boxers, which causes odor and bacteria buildup. After you finish handling your business, pick a piece of toilet paper, fold it in half, and just dab it. That'll keep you fresh and dry. Number 2 is taking a shower every day. It's important to teach your sons to shower daily because they want to make sure that they smell fresh in those key areas, and to how important hygiene is to their overall health and confidence. When I shower, my first lather, full body, is usually an antibacterial soap. My second lather is usually a more non-scented soap. If your sons are sexually active, it's also important that we're teaching them that non-scented soap can also help protect his partner's pH balance. Unfortunately, a lot of us men, we were never taught these things. Number 3 is making sure that they are using deodorant every day. What kind of deodorant you use, that is a personal preference, but the whole no deodorant thing, we're not doing that. I can't tell you the amount of young men I encounter on a daily basis who body odor just reeks so bad. It's foul. Maybe they've been out playing sports or at work or at school all day. Make sure you teach your sons that it's important to wear deodorant every day. And then lastly, proper oral hygiene. Brushing your teeth alone is not enough. You want to floss first, or water floss. Then you're gonna mouth rinse for 2 minutes. Thirdly, you brush. Brushing is the third step, not the first. Your final step should be tongue scraping. It's important that you go in that specific order in the morning when you wake and at night before you sleep. I know that there might be a lot of single moms. Feel free to share my videos with them or sign them up for my mentorship program where I teach young men these things all day. I hope this video helped. Peace.
So, Chris, I want to ask you I messed up and was introduced to a couple of women who were clean people.
Okay.
And in that instance, I could be led and see what they doing. Like, oh, okay. So they taught me some stuff on how to be cleaner, be better with hygiene, stuff that your mama really can't teach you. Like, so you pick up stuff, you learn stuff from them. Have you ever had that? And did that ruin you for future unclean women?
No, I've never had a woman that was ahead of her time in cleanliness. And so what ended up happening was, as I aged, the maturity of the women graduated accordingly. So I got women that were cleaner and cleaner. I'm trying to think of a chick that.
Has the women always been cleaner than you?
No, it was no.
Who
No,
was
it's
that
no.
nasty heifer?
Hold on. Wait a second. Wait
You'll
a
be
second.
surprised. You'll
Wait
be
a
surprised.
second now. Hold on.
Because
Look, hold on.
Tested who is it?
Hold on. Can I speak? Your Honor, can you tell her? Let the witness speak.
was this nasty?
Order. I see this whole courtroom. Hold on, before you start. What you call her? A nasty helper?
That's exactly what I said. When you said, so did you run into a one? Because
He
I
know
don't
what
know
he
what he
said.
used to do.
He knows
I don't
what
know
he
what
said.
he used to
Okay,
do.
I just had to hear
But
what.
the one thing I can say with 100% honesty, Chris Reed don't clean a whole bunch.
So you
So
had
if
to clean them.
he
Okay.
was cleaner than a woman, OMG.
Let me just say this.
Tell us about it, Chris. Tell us about it.
I'm gonna start by saying I am a boy. Okay, that's number one. Okay, and in more the words of Money Mike, I am a boy.
Yeah, he did tell Damon that.
I have in my youth had some women who didn't do that did try to hold on to laundry a little too long, that would hang something back up, I have a thing about getting in the bed with outside clothes on. I don't like that at all. If once it goes outside the doors, it's done, right? Like we're done. It's done. The air has, some people can smell outside. Like you can, like somebody come in, oh, you smell like outside, right? I don't want that in my bed. So I was thinking of those things. I'm not saying me and her was battle cleaning, like like damn, she mopping. I'm saying we just fighting with the utensils. But it has been chicks that that soak some dishes or just that didn't have the attention to detail as I've gotten older. And then of course I ended up with the clean Nazi ultimately. But I mean, everybody's not going to be on that level. Some people are going to let, certain things happen to where now you washing, it's been 2 weeks. What are we doing? Like, why do you have so many clothes? Like, I've had instances where I wondered why the efficiency of her cleaning wasn't on the same level as my efficiency. Like, there's certain times. I can also say in my later years, I've had situations where I went in the refrigerator, pulled something out, consumed it, and my lady friend has said, "You ate that?" Yeah, it was in the refrigerator. What are we doing? What are we doing? It was in the refrigerator. I thought it was fair game. I'm not inspecting stuff. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It hadn't gotten around the garbage day, and that's why it was still in there.
Everything in the refrigerator is edible where I'm from. But I have been looked at with disgust for consuming stuff that was literally in the refrigerator. Like, what is we doing? So when we talk about, because once again, I think that the first thing we can really identify with is you come into somebody's house you don't know, whether you're a guest or family, whatever, how you want to put it. They bathroom and they kitchen situation is how you really create a litmus test of, is these people nasty or not? Now, obviously, I grew up knowing that it's very, very disrespectful to kill somebody else's roaches. So I don't go and, handle other people's business. I have a lady friend that will go and sweep at other people's house and act like it's cool. Like, I'm just helping you out, girl. Hey, just making sure that we all good before. I don't go and clean up other people's homes either. Like that, I'm not on that level. That, but women tend to chip in and help out, when necessary. I'm not coming to your house and doing nothing, bro. Like I might grab your garbage if I put the last thing in there and the lid won't close. But if the lid closed, you got it. Like, what do I look like for your house?
Right.
His house, your house.
Oh, okay. That's shots fired.
Do I need to bang the gavel again?
No, let it go. A closed lid. Listen, I don't understand why we argue. If the lid is closed, it's good. It's good. The last is when the lid won't close. The lid will tell you when it's time to take out the garbage. The lid will tell you. That's what they make them for. No, how did the
Not
lid
now
work
if
at your
I'm
house?
smelling it. Now if I can smell it with the lid
People
closed.
have different olfactory senses. Some people more sensitive. I have, and Over, you could attest to this. I went through a stage where I systematically wrote down a reminder to take the garbage out at half mast because I was tired of hearing. You remember them days?
I remember. I do.
I was like, man, I'm gonna waste all these bags from Sam's just because I don't want her saying nothing.
I do.
And what did she say about the wasted bags at Sam's?
Nothing, but it just was it was too much. My point didn't get proved like I wanted to. It wasn't petty enough.
Accept your loss. Yeah, move on. So, Clarice, you have been diagnosed with what is it? OCD?
Yeah.
At least self-diagnosed. How does that make a relationship difficult for you? Are you okay being the lead, or is it frustrating, or do you have to what frustrations do you have?
What I do now is if I know who did it, they come and do it. That's what it is. I'm not about to do it no more because
You
I
taking
do it all the
DNA?
time. I be picking up all day if that's the case. So 9 times out of 10, I know who did it too. And then I'm calling them. Hey, you need to go clean this up. You didn't see that? So that's what I normally do. It can make it difficult because everyone's cleanliness, their level is not on your level, and if you don't like clutter and somebody is like just piling up stuff next to you, you're just like, oh my gosh. And then you'll wait for a minute and be like, hey, gonna clean that up. You wait a little bit and start adding on to it because it's kind of like I'm not crazy to the point where I'm going and picking up everything. So I just watch it. I'm just one of those people that watch it, and then if it gets too crazy, I'm like, "Hey, now I done already said some said something about it multiple times." And so, it can be difficult unless the person is like, "Okay, I already know what it is. Let me go ahead and take care." So, yeah, my kids know how I am too. I had one of them. He said, "Mom, like I can't do it like you. I just can't do it like you." And I was like, "All right, I'll let you make it." So
He's a boy.
it's the worst because it's all boys over here, and
Yeah,
so yeah,
it's just some things like sometimes you might see some with boys you might see some pee around the toilet or see.
it's terrible.
Might
But
see.
but we weren't taught. So there's things in life like we weren't taught that. We were taught just to be boys. So as you grow older, maybe you learn to get a square of tissue and then dot yourself so it don't get in your drawers. How I mean that's something that you
That's
learn as
funny.
you grow older. Like your mom doesn't do that for you. Like you got to learn that on your own or through a woman. How upset or startled would you be if you walked in and John was sitting down peeing front ways?
First of all, I don't think he'll be able to fit. That's one thing. So it's the logistics of it. I don't think the anatomy will allow for him to even sit front forward facing on the toilet. So I wouldn't have to worry about that. And I
But
don't think if he could, he would attempt.
okay, he just
Don't
he
go to
just
jail.
dedicated to the bit. Okay.
Don't go to jail.
Okay, we quickly just give people, I know we joked about it and we gave some good game. Can we quickly give people some tips, whether it's how often to mop or how often to clean or some good clean tips so we can move forward as a society in cleanliness?
I can give tips on this because I have been chastised in the past. What it is, and so I grew up in a situation where you got to lift the seat. But as I got older, it's going to be a little more force, a little more splash. And so what I had to graduate towards is lift the seat and then grab some, couple squares, wipe around, wipe you, and then wipe in front just in case. You know what I'm saying? Because after all that movement, you go get some shakedown. And then once you go from the shakedown, you good as far as now you done got everything wiped, at least once. Now it's not a sterile environment. Don't eat in there. But the stuff is wiped off enough to where you should be good to get up and get out, and without repercussions coming from her in that regard. But it's I think the communication piece, or just because I have an unbashful person that try to educate me beyond my desire to be educated. But it's been every now and then it'll hit right to where it's a checkmate. I'll give the audience a great example. So I would iron my clothes or iron clothes, and then because the iron is hot, I unplug the iron. You know, I'm black, so I just pull the cord out the wall, right? So I pull the cord out the wall and I leave it there. But then I go do something else because the iron is hot. So of course she'll come in and be like, "Hey, you left this ironing board up, this ironing board up." Okay, cool. So I would go and do something, or she would put it up begrudgingly and say something about it. But then one time I did it, and I said, she was like, "Why do you keep doing this? You keep leaving an ironing board up." And it's not every week, it's just intermittently. But the moral of the story is I was doing it, leaving the ironing board and iron up. And I said, "Because the iron is hot." And she said, "Well, motherfucker, the ironing board is not hot. Put the iron somewhere and put the ironing board away. I could at least." And so even to this day, I always put the ironing board up. Now, I don't wrap the cord around the iron. I'm not doing that, but I'm doing that little piece because I don't have an excuse at this point. Like, she's right. The ironing board is not hot. So I had to learn that. Now, the socks on the floor, that's going to happen. I'm just, that's the hill I'm going to die on, is taking off my socks and they going to be on the floor. And I think that's been worn down over years to where she's just like, fine, socks is going to be on the floor. But it's little things like that. She doesn't like to go to sleep with dishes in the sink. So there's a routine to where, we try to get dishes out the sink in the evening. Like, certain people have certain peeves that she has a peeve of every night. She'll come in and say, "Did you check all doors and make sure they was locked?" Yes. And then what will she do? Go check all the doors. So what am I doing it for? There's no reason for a zone defense here. If I know you gonna do it. And it's to the point where, honestly, I swear to you, I think she tries to be better, but she'll wake up and I'll be watching TV. And we have it set up to where, like, I have headphones so the TV not disturbing her while she sleep, because she got to go to work in the morning. I don't have a real job like that. So she'll be asleep and she'll wake up and it'd be like a zombie type situation. I'm like, "What's going on?" "Nothing." And then she'll leave out the room. But I'm looking at the cameras. She's looking at the doors. Like, what in your dreams is telling you somebody coming in and we got security and everything? Like, you have a compulsion. When you talk about OCD, that's a problem. And I'm okay with it, but then don't ask me to do it too. Like, it's okay for that to be your job. It's totally okay. So it's little things like that you got to figure out when you in a situation with your person, and understand what is your person's motivation, what's their buttons, what's their pressure points. It'd be little things, water's in the refrigerator. "Hey, is there any waters in the refrigerator?" You're like, damn. Because that's something that could avoid a whole cascade of attitude. Like, it'd be little things and that's not necessarily cleanliness, but it's, hey, absolutely dishes, laundry. I'm only allowed to wash towels. So, and the machine got a button that say towels on it. Like, what I'm saying? So, but then I get in trouble because what the hell, what does the dryer say that I don't care about?
Eco.
So fuck you. So I can't
Turn eco off.
when you push the dryer on, the dryer is technology. Like, when you push it on, it go boom, boom, bing. And then it'd be like, "What do you want to do?" You tell it what you want to do, and then you hit start and walk away. The dryer told you it was cool. But she got like a certain formula for her towel. Like, it's just, so stuff like that is just not gonna go away. You just gotta understand it. But I think in relationships, it's gives and takes in some of these things. And it's things that I could be castigated for, as far as, like I said, the socks on the floor and some other things of that nature. I have a situation where, because I have a system set up, she'll put stuff in the laundry basket, and then I just, for like 2 or 3 days, live out the laundry basket until I realize she gonna say something. So then I hear her put the stuff away. So
How
before
about
I
we
get in
wash
trouble.
all our own clothes? We wash our own clothes. We don't even do that.
I
So
tried to
that
do
way
that.
we don't have to do that.
It's two
You
things
tried
I
to do
tried to
that, and
do.
what happened?
I have my cadence for washing is, so I chose Wednesday as my day. But then if I get distracted, then my time be off. So it's a couple things I realized I'm just not qualified for, no matter what I went to school for or how smart I think I am. I can't make my own plate. and I can't wash my own clothes. I don't know if these grays and reds go together. Like, I don't know, but the machine is smart. So I can just put it, the machine will figure it out. It'll figure it out. Like, but that's not working out for us as a team. It's cool for me if I was by myself, this would be no problem. But not by myself, it's a problem. So I just try to avoid problems.
I don't know how you get a plate made by yourself and it's not you. So Letta, any
Yes.
tips for us?
So, here's the situation. I clean a lot. It was required in the house that I lived in when I was a kid. And then for a certain period of time, we had a dog and we had a dog inside the house. So it was just like a compulsion. Like I was mopping, sweeping. I can't even count how many times a day. And so I cleaned, I cleaned something every day, like every day. And then starting on like Wednesdays, I started washing, and then that got messed up when somebody else said they took Wednesday as a wash day when I had said that Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday could be said wash days. But I think I don't understand me personally. I don't understand why someone wouldn't want to bathe and why someone wants to be in a nasty environment. I don't understand that. Now, I do get some things are going to be cluttered or a little cluttery, or things are going to look like like your house is going to look lived in at times. Never should you be embarrassed for somebody to show up unannounced and you don't want to let them in because your house is not clean. And never should there be a time where you are okay with your house being nasty and letting people come over and be in it. And I try and teach the girls that too. It's just like clean. Want your body clean, want your look presentable, and want to live in a space where it's not a whole bunch of clutter and nastiness. And you walk in your room. I cannot stand you can walk in somebody's room and smell dirty clothes. Like, what is going on? It smells like
Right.
you work out in here. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. But so I wash my sheets every week, every single sheets and comforters every week. Now, some people don't. That's fine. Not judging them. I'm just telling you what I do.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna clean my bathrooms because I live with a man, and men are not as clean in the bathroom as women because they don't want to sit down or they don't want to stand a little bit closer. So I clean my bathrooms 3+ times a week. I'm okay with it because I would rather do that than for somebody to come to my house and be like, "Can I use your bathroom?" I'd be like, "Hold on, let me go look at it first." No, I'm not about to do that.
Okay. Did we
I'm
need
a
to address your question before we go to Clarice?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
I think for everybody that's out there that can hear the sound of my voice, it's gone too far when you get compelled to make sure your house is clean before you go on vacation. And the reason is you don't want to come home to a dirty home. Okay.
You're
That's
right.
You
that's
think
gone too
that's
far.
gone too far?
Yes.
No, I approve of that. I
Okay.
approve of that. Who wants to
What
come home with to some dirty socks and stuff?
why is it dirty? Why is it dirty before you're assuming that before you go on any vacation, you've let everything accumulate to be dirty. All you're doing to go on a vacation is pack. You're just packing and leaving. You're coming back to basically if it's just you and somebody else, y'all haven't ransacked the house to go on vacation.
Not
Like that shit.
ransack. You coming back to home sweet home, not to tasks.
Oh,
There you go. I'm coming home I can pull this comforter back and know them sheets clean because I put them on right before we left. Them wasn't the sheets we slept in before we left and been gone a week. Because then that wouldn't be my sheets being cleaned every week.
you haven't used them. You haven't used them.
No,
Okay.
that's
Next
no.
violation. Next violation that I'd like to you don't have to wash dishes with dishwashing detergent or dishwashing liquid and bleach. Nobody's using ammonia anymore in their home. Like, what are we doing? She was talking
We
about
didn't grow up like that
antibacterial.
anyway. Yeah, we didn't grow up like that anyway. Like with the bleach in the water, it's like when I went to my family member's house and they did that. I was like, "Oh, okay." My mama was thinking about, hey, let's say y'all didn't rinse those dishes all the way. You eating blue.
You using the Trump thing. So it's a couple of things that I just think that once again, when you get with your person, you kind of figure out their idiosyncrasies, and you say this is worth a conversation, and this ain't even worth it. Like this is the way it's gonna be. I can have it explained to me and still not understand it, but the reality of it is, if it's not harming the situation, and if it's not costing too much money, because we have a robot that vacuums and mops daily on a schedule. And she will still come home, and I'll be like, "What are you doing?" "Sweeping." Like, but the robot can't get everything. Well, then we need a better robot. Like, I don't understand why you going behind the robot. We bought the robot. Like, this is not. I don't.
Let,
Go
let me
ahead.
say this. Let me say this. This is coming from the person who right. Listen. So this is 2025, 2023. My entire family was here. So we had how many extra people in our house, Chris? Four, no, five, seven, nine
Not here.
extra people in our house every day. Okay, for about a week. This is the person that would Chris to come up to me talking about, it is so messy in here, and I'm like, and extra people. I'm gonna clean up. It's okay. It's so messy in here. So if it wasn't clean, why are you caring about the mess? So clearly you enjoy the clean because the
I'm used
minute
to.
we had nine extra people in the house, he talked
Yeah,
about how messy it looked
it was
in the
disheveled.
house.
It was disheveled. Well, you
Y'all
do
have
get
heard that?
accustomed to something. Go
Yeah,
So,
ahead.
oh, but let me ask you this. If you came over here and it was just junk everywhere, wouldn't you be like, what's going on with Carla? Like, what's wrong?
I wouldn't initially blame you because maybe that's how I was raised. Because my mom was like, "You got to blame everybody." But I would say, "Hey, y'all about to move? Like, what's going on?"
Now,
Let me.
now, let me say, ask Clarice a question. If it's the house, isn't it typically the woman that's blamed?
Yes. That's
There
just
you go. Cause
anybody.
ain't nobody gonna come over here and be like, "Ooh, Chris' house was nasty." They gonna be like, "Ooh, Carla nasty."
And I'll give you an example. Like for instance, I raised my son. They all came out in the same, and I'm referring to my oldest. I went to his dorm room to move him out. And of course, you know how you got to clean up before you leave. When I say the room was filthy, filthy, especially the restroom. And I'm like, mind you, that's not how he grew up. And then he used to have visitors. And I said, no one ever said anything to you about, especially your restroom? He was like, no. And I was like, oh, okay, they nasty too. That's exactly what I said to him. So
If you
I
don't say
think it just
nothing, you wouldn't.
doesn't matter. I think they just figure it out, do their own thing.
Do you have any tips for the people?
The tip is I agree with changing your sheets every week. Um, the tip is to do a daily, not a daily clean, but a weekly clean, and then do a monthly deep clean. It just depends on the person's schedule and capacity, and are you able to delegate? As someone told me, those are tips to do it on a consistent weekly basis. Once you have that, it becomes a habit, and then it's something that's going to be consistently upheld or kept within the household.
Yeah, I think women probably take the most pride in being clean. I know a couple of women who have maids that come and they will be cleaning. I thought you had a maid. Yeah, I got to clean up before she get here.
Yeah, I've seen it.
You seen that too? Yeah, so it's a pride thing, but my advice would be, I like y'all's advice. So, Chris, you said it's give and take, and then letter you also said to clean something somewhere daily. I think for men, I would say to be okay with being led in that area because most of the time you're not going to be the most experienced and knowledgeable about cleanliness. We heard that cleanliness is closer to godliness. That's not in the Bible, but people try to say it is. It's some truth to it. Cleanliness to me feels better, so you feel better coming home to that than coming home to clutter. So I would agree with that, but I would say, man, be okay being led in that area to know which buttons to push on the dryer.
Let
Your
me
hand.
ask you for a tip. Let me ask you for a tip. Let me ask you for a tip though, because like you get around a little bit. Have you created or established a correlation between how dirty a woman's car is or how she keeps her car and then how she keeps her home? Or is there no correlation between her car looking like Jamaicans with slapboxing in it and then her house be pristine?
I would say most of the time there's outliers. I've seen immaculate houses and dirty cars, but most of the time the hygiene, car dirt, and house dirt is all related. I don't think you specialize in one area and the rest of them are immaculate. So yeah, a car dirty, you got empty Coca-Cola cans on your dashboard, you never gonna see me again.
That's a good point.
This concludes another episode of the Hollow Points Podcast, where we act as your therapeutic outlet on topics many think about but are afraid to speak on.
Oh, you're welcome.